if I told you that there was a car that should not be in-game yet, it's supposed to be in-game later, people thought it would be in-game already, but wasn't actually in-game, was supposed to be at the end of this month, but instead was now somehow in-game already, the same way a different car that wasn't in-game was then in-game, and now this car is in-game the same way that car should not have been in-game. What's going on? My name is Sid, and welcome back to the channel. Subscribe. And honestly, after this one, just check out one of my other videos. It'll be appreciated. What the hell am I talking about? Well, not only today am I going to show you looks at every single car that I can show you, because when they tell us about upcoming cars, like that article, which they told us, which just had everything that was going to be coming in this update, when they tell us that, they don't show us the cars. But if I told you that I am right now about to show you more of these cars that have never been seen in-game yet before. But not only am I going to show all of that, I'm also going to show you actually in-game a car that's already capable of being seen, driven against, and well, is in-game full stop. Let's begin with a bit of a backstory. This is the Lancia S4, the Delta, the Lancia that was added to the game with all the other Lancias added this, well, last update, actually. I forget, because they added it very late into that last update. Oh, it's also very satisfying to drive. Oh, this is, hang on, this is actually a really nice car to drive. What though? Sounds so good. It's also, yeah, it's also a very nice sounding car. They outdid themselves here. Hang on a minute. I was about to tell you what I'm going on about, but also, like, before I talk about that, this is just a nice car. And it's meta. This is the best in the spec. Oh, they've outdone themselves. But they also did themselves a little too early. Wait, hang on. Happens to the best of us, Ivory Tower. Happens to the best of us. So, back last update. At the beginning of last update, well, this happened. You may have already seen it. That right there is the Lancia Delta S4, I believe, in the crew. It is back. Stellantis Italy is back. And why am I telling you that? Why am I showing you a clip of me finding a Lancia as an AI racer in an event? Well, I wonder. You haven't realized, really? Okay, well, let's go to an event. Because the way I did that was I put it on the main stage configuration. If you don't know, that's when you go over here and go to the blue version of the main stage, which essentially puts all of the assets from the main stage, puts the theme of the main stage, and puts cars of the main stage as your AI opponents and as the race decoration to essentially give you the atmosphere of the current week, but on any race in the game, on any layout in the game. But you may be wondering, hey Sid, but when I do this, I go on the events and, well, it's the lowriders. How do I make it not the lowrider? Because, well, that's not a new car at all. We already know about all those cars, Sid. And what the hell are those names? Ice Jungle? Lil Wave? Tupocalypse? But what we can actually do with this exact same feature is, well, realize that it's not just lowriders available in the main stage. Because if you set it to main stage, you'll see that, hey, you can use any Street 2 American vehicle. So I'm just gonna go with anything in Street 2 that is modern American, because the cars are different based on whether you're in a modern vehicle or in an old school vehicle, and whether you're in a motorcycle or not. So now that I'm in a modern American vehicle, going back into this, you'll notice a Chevrolet Rift Edition. You'll notice the Dodge Charger. You'll notice the Celine, the Dodge Viper. You'll notice the Hoonigan truck. You'll notice and the Acura, which, you know, I guess technically, well, you know, I mean, technically Honda Japanese, but, you know, technically the Acura is the American, so I understand. I get it, I guess, because Akira is the, I guess. But there's one car I have omitted to look at so far, and that's the car right behind me, because it is the Mustang Dark Horse in-game. The Mustang Dark Horse already in-game, right in front of you, available now. And that's exactly what they did with Lancia, and they've done the same mistake again. So clearly, it just can't be patched out. Because, well, I mean, what are you even gonna, what do you do? But we can actually get a full look at this car straight away. It's obviously bone stock because, any car in the... Actually, to be fair, I do wish that they made cars not boned. I wish that when you went into an event, it would see if your car has a livery and customization and then do that to the cars in the race. But regardless, this is the Mustang Dark Horse, a car that releases on the 31st of this month. You know, I'm looking at it, believe it or not, not on the 31st. I mean, looking at it, though, I mean, what's actually the difference between this and the base model? I mean, I guess it's got the hood indent, and it's got the vent, it's got the black bits here, it's got the eyeshadow, it's the emo Mustang. Chat, people have been hyping up an emo Mustang. No one told me this was just the... I thought this was the dark horse, chat. No one told me that this was actually just the Mustang Dark Hours. Like, what? Oh, well. The brake line melts and catches fire? That's a good thing to have on this version of the car. It's more powerful. I see. Well, it's also one step down from the GTD, which is the race model for the road of the Mustang. But the emo Mustang, look, I'll take it. And the one reason I'm actually most happy about this car is, well, because it's finally a hardtop version of the Mustang. Finally. Ugh, making fun of a car you don't know anything about. Because we've only had the convertible so far, which annoys me so much when they do that, when they only give us a converted version. At least give us the soft top option, right? Having the roof up. It's not like these cars always have the roof down, so give us the option for the roof up. Don't give us the coupe. You don't even have to give us the coupe. Just give us a customization part with the roof up. And also, this is my attempt at making a GTD. Look, I gave it my best shot. But that's the secret car that was already in-game, because this main stage is already finished. This filter, it's onto the next filter now. But it's not the last car that I can show you early before its release. Because in the early access version of the game, in the custom show, I spotted not only the Summit car releasing at the end of this update. WRL to this Summit car, chat. It's not got its livery on here, which it does have on in the Summit. It's essentially like a touring version. It's like the racing version of this car, the Impala, but it's number plated, making me think it's in street. It's another car with semi-slicks in street. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I think it does its job, I guess, but I suppose personal opinion, it's not really my thing. Maybe it'll look cooler when I actually get to play with it, but I mean, personally, I don't really care for it. Is the tucked Dodge Charger Tusk. Now, we know what the real version of this looks like, but this right here is the Dodge Charger tucked officially from Ring Brothers. This thing is going to be a Summit car, potentially next update, I believe. And this thing is just so sick. I mean, this thing is very cool. It says Tusk? No, it says Tusk, but the car is tucked. That's what the tires being like that is. And this thing, well, now that you've actually seen it in game, I have to say, is just very nice. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, it's been bumped up to Street 2. It depends if Ring Brothers have actually modified this thing at all. I'm just hoping it's bumped to Street 2. But it doesn't stop at Summit cars there. A quick note to jump in, as was revealed yesterday. Also, the weird Hyperion XP1 that's on screen now. That thing is also coming to the game and was also spotted in this custom shot. But, like I was saying, on to Summit cars. The Summit car for the end of the update is this, the KRC Japan Nissan Silvia S14. This thing we did actually see in a trailer, but it was completely parked up. This is a direct from in-game image of this car. Again, another Summit car. I think this thing also is pretty damn cool. It's based on a real-life body kit from the guys at KRC Japan, who is a sub-company to RWB, which means that, hey, maybe eventually they come to the game. With their own playlist would be cool, too. I think this thing and the Dodge, I think they are undeniable W's. I think these two are just like flat out W's. RWB is in-game? Oh, RWB is actually technically in-game. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Hang on. Scotto's Porsche is an official RWB Porsche, of course. Okay, so RWB is technically already in-game. So they must have been in talks. Now we got this thing, but you know what? It'd be cool to get a full playlist like this. Well, with this. Then again, it would be annoying to get a third playlist that has a car in common with Hoonigan and is just attached to Hoonigan indirectly again. But what are you gonna do? But what if I told you that this isn't it for customizers? It's not over, because one of the customizers is actually adding their game as a purchasable vehicle, and that is Liberty Walk. We are getting this thing, which looks just so nice. I mean, just so good. The Liberty Walk version of the McLaren 720S. Get a load of it, because that looks so good. Like, look how deep the wheels are. Look at how deep the wheels are. The interesting thing is, however, is that Liberty Walk isn't its own brand. So they didn't use the Liberty Walk brand cop-out. So it's presumably going to be a McLaren instead of a Liberty Walk McLaren 720S. So yeah, getting a new McLaren 720S to go on top of, I guess, this one that we had from the Crew 2, it's going to be pretty nice. And that one's just going to be in the shop. You're just going to be able to buy that McLaren 720S in the shop whenever they add it, which will probably be... Actually, we can probably tell when they're going to add it. On the 2nd of October is the Liberty Walk Rain Summit. And just to confirm, because I completely forgot there's an official car list, it is October 2nd. We are getting this thing October setting. Second. The October setting? What are they setting? And now some cars that are definitely way less hidden is ones that, well, they've actually shown us, but I'm just making sure that you've seen them, is the second playlist of this update, Volume 2 Off-Road Addicts Adventure Edition Jeep Wrangler, that we are going to be getting as the playlist reward for the second playlist, dropping August 7th. So very early into next main stage. I feel like it's a little bit better than the Mazda MX-5, which was identical to the Supra. But then again, I want to say W because, you know, compared to this thing, but it's kind of just different to this thing, which is a W. I don't think it's better than this thing. I mean, this thing's kind of cool already, but it does have a flag at the back, which means something, I think. But the rest of it is kind of just... I mean, it's kind of just... Oh, it's got 2 flags. Oh, okay, there's 2 flags this time, chat. Whoa! Then again, Rally Raid cars don't have customization, so it is actual... I guess it technically, because it's got the bells and whistles, and it's got the little snorkel thing, and it's got the flags. I guess it's kind of unique. It's kind of unique, I guess. I can't hate it. You know what? I can't hate it, but I probably won't use it. But there you go. So that's it. That's a car that is secretly in-game already, as well as a bunch of cars that you might not have known we've seen proper looks at already. But now you know, and now you've seen them. See what's the next one in a bit. Oh wait, I didn't do the hand thing in a bit.